Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky. Today I wanted to share with you the Info Bloom card making workshop kit. I did finally put mine together. This kit does come with this stamp, and you guys have seen me using this, well, stamp and thin cuts, and you have seen me using this repeatedly. I pulled that out and started using it even before I did this, made the kit. We have the butterfly as well, has got a die cut with it. We have got all of these nice little sentiments on here. And so here are the instructions. Sorry, I had to find some place to put that. It shows you the cards you're going to make. It shows you what you received. And then we have the instructions on cutting. And I tried to follow these the best I could. I did have one little mistake, which I will show you coming up. And this also tells you extra materials you might need. However, some of these things I did not have. And I went ahead and, well, I did have, I couldn't find. And I went ahead and just improvised. So here is the first card. Now at first, this calls for aqua. This calls for the aqua Spectrum Noir marker. Now I could not find my aqua. I did find it later on, but initially I was using this blue turquoise and the green turquoise blend for that until I found my aqua. So that's what these colors are. Also, the calls for avocado colored stamping, and this stamping right here is not avocado. I know I have the avocado ink pad. I just have not been able to put my hands on it. So I pulled out two close greens. Guys, use what you have. I pulled out sweet leaf and I pulled out fern to try to kind of get an avocado. This right here, this is kind of darker. Let me see. This is kind of darker. This one is the fern, and that one is the sweet leaf. So on the first card, I kind of tested them out to see which one I would like better, and I do end up with the remainder of the cards going with the sweet leaf. And I went with the sweet leaf on this sponging technique, which you learn in the instructions. Also, there is a Facebook video, I do believe, because Close to My Heart does do Facebook Live with putting together our kits, and it's so fun. There's always good tips in there. Even if I didn't purchase the kit, or maybe I made the kit on my own like I did this time, I will still go back in and watch those Close to My Heart videos because they do give you a lot of very good tips. So also, when I first opened my card kit, I could not find the acrylic cards that came with it. I had set them over with the envelopes, and yes, they were not with the rest of my kit. So I pulled out, we do sell just the black acrylic cards. So I pulled out my set of black acrylic cards that I had purchased from Close to My Heart. Yeah, these ones. And I used those on the first set, and then ended up finding the ones that came in the kit with the second set. So again, if you already have picked up this collection, you can kind of remake these, although you will not be getting this because this comes specifically in the card kit, which is the biggest reason I wanted to buy it. But these cards are fabulous. So that's how these first set turned out. The second set of cards, on these I did find my aqua pen, and thank goodness, because You're the Best down here, you do use your marker to go across that. It probably would look just as well with the blue turquoise, or the green turquoise, I think is what I had, right? Green turquoise and blue turquoise, yes. It probably would have looked just as well with those, if not maybe a little bit more vibrant. And then you do use one of the markers to color in here. It came out really cute, but I mean, still, you could use what you have. And then here is, I stamped in sweet leaf, not avocado. Thanks, because I can't find my avocado. Now this is what the card's supposed to look like. See how it has this part of one of the film strips, and there's a piece of mint, I do believe it is, behind it. Well, somehow I messed this one up and put that on the other side of the fold. what I am going to do is I'm just going to cut this off and just mount it on a new card. So this one is not going to have that top. It's just going to have the black. But when I came back to this and saw that I did that, because I didn't fold the cards because I still had wet adhesive on here. So when I came back and folded them and saw that I had done that, I'm like, I like it better that way anyway. I like it without this on there anyway. So yeah, it ended up working out in my favor. So also, if you make mistakes like I do constantly, you can very easily correct them in some manner. So these are really, really cute. Okay, now here's where I first noticed that my exclusive ink was, or my intense black exclusive ink was not stamping super well. And I want to remind you guys that, and this is the same for the Close to My Heart Intense Black, it's the same for Stays On, the solvent-based permanent inks. For me, tend to dry out a little more fast than the other ones. This re-inker is your best friend, and the same with Stays On. The re-inker is your best friend. It'll still stamp when it's not freshly inked or whatever, but it's not going to stamp well, and it's not going to give you that boom like what a pigment ink would when this starts getting a little, you know, less juicy. And it happens fairly quickly for me. So this is your best friend. So this is where I noticed that I needed to be putting this in there, and I just open it up and just and then I'm doing ink when I'm doing this, and I just kind of rubbed it back and forth like that, let it sit for a minute, and it goes all in there, and then it started stamping beautifully. And it didn't use that much. I mean, this is still a full bottle, which I don't know how long I've had it. Okay, anyways, don't forget to be re-inking specifically your solvent-based inks because they will be more crisp, in my opinion. So here's where we had this one, and you did first generation, second generation, third generation, and this is where you stamped your sentiment. We also stamped down on the side, which was so fun. I've been having a hard time with stamping lately, and I said I was going to start stamping on all my layouts. So yes, practice, practice, practice. But this calls for the sentiment Love You Most. And I'm thinking, how many Love You Most cards can I possibly send out? Because not very many. Well, I mean, I could, but that'd be like untrue, right? You send out Love You Most to everybody. So I ended up switching it out after 2 with smiles and hugs. So yes, I thought that was cute. The Love You Most does look nicer, but I don't know. You're the Best probably could have worked. You know, I don't know about the Love You Most. So I switched that one up. Okay, here's where I had a cutting issue, and I also had a measuring issue on some of it. These call for 5/8 inch up from here if you're going to directly go by the directions. And I'm using my Versamat. My Versamat does not have 8ths. And I'm like, So that's something, if anybody is with Close to My Heart and you want to send in an email saying, yes, let's go ahead and do the 8th inch on our Versamat, you do that, because I'm also sending an email to corporate because I need the 8ths. So what I ended up doing was pulling out my trimmer, my Fiskars trimmer. They do have 8ths on your Fiskars trimmer. So I just pulled that out to use as the measurement portion. And I used a little soft lead pencil. And I like these pencils because they erase very, very good. The lead is soft. They're very good for sketching, actually, if you're a sketcher. I love these. But they erase really well. So, yes. And how I did my cards, when I put them down on the mat, I went like this. And I actually learned this from Close to My Heart people watching those videos, actually. They would put a little adhesive, well, some people put a little adhesive on the back, and it holds the card down. And then when they're done, they'll take their little eraser, or even just their fingers if they're clean, and rub it off. So that's pretty cool. You have one more thing. This is where I had the cutting issue. So on this one right here, I cut this top piece somehow way too short. I don't know how that happened, but how I ended up fixing it. And actually I kind of might, I don't know, I might like this one a little bit better. I'm not sure, but I fixed my mistake by, you know, putting this over to the right in its original spot. And then I just put a couple more black acrylic hearts there. Like I told you earlier, I had to pull out my black acrylic hearts that I already had because I thought I had lost the other ones. And let me interrupt myself. I just picked up this bag and my needle is on the back of it. I was missing this pin for my art glitter glue, and I had to find these ones because they're rust proof and, you know, use that. But they were, I mean, I had them in my stash. I just had to find them. But, and this was here the whole time on the back of this bag. Anyway, that's been my morning. So anyway, I did already have these black acrylic hearts out that I bought on their own in this little baggie. And I just put 2 of them up here. So they're just look like that. I just have them in this little thing now so I can dump them back in there. So, yep. And that is how my card kit came out. I want to remind you guys that if you don't have the exact, if you buy the card kit and you don't have the exact colors of markers, no big deal. You have something close like I did. Same with the inks. You have something close like I did. So it's really not that big of a deal. If you see one of the kits that call for a specific color, you probably have something already in your stash that is close, so you don't have to pick up those extra items. Or, you know, you can pick those extra items up on my website too. If you want them. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. This is all I have for you right now. And if you'd like to support my channel, go to beckybidding.closetomyheart.com, or you can click the links down below. I do have a couple affiliate links down there. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye, guys.